I had to pay about $30,000 per year for my tuition fee, and that's the most valuable benefit of having a Canadian PR in my opinion. And you will also get a visa-free entry to a bunch of different countries. What's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the benefits of getting a Canadian PR. Becoming a permanent resident of Canada is a dream of so many aspiring immigrants and international students. And when I was recently in India, every third person that I talked to was either actively trying to move to Canada on a PR or they at least wanted to try for Canada once. And that's why they wanted to know everything about getting their Canadian PR. So in this video, we'll be talking about what this craze is all about. Number 5 is my favorite benefit of getting a Canadian PR, and that's the most valuable benefit of having a Canadian PR in my opinion. So make sure to watch this video till the very end. But before we begin, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I post a lot of useful videos about studying and working in Canada. And if you like and share this video, then YouTube will show this video to a lot more number of people, and that will be of a big help to me. So please make sure to do that. And with that being said, let's start this video. One of the biggest advantages of getting a Canadian PR is that you get access to Canada's world-renowned healthcare system, and that too for free. This perk extends not only to citizens but also to PR holders, and in some provinces also to work permit holders or study permit holders. But once you become a Canadian PR, you can basically live in any province in Canada and still avail these free healthcare services. Keep in mind that this free health insurance provided by the government of Canada includes all necessary medical care, including hospitals and doctor visits along with emergency medical care. However, it does not include prescribed medications, dental or vision care costs. So for these types of things, you will have to get supplementary health insurance, which is generally provided by the employer that you will work for in Canada. So you don't really have to worry too much about these things. Now, I know that the Canadian healthcare system is not perfect, and we all have heard horrifying stories about people having to wait in the emergency department for 5 to 10 hours just to get some treatment. But it is what it is and we can't really fight it. But at the end of the day, at least the healthcare system, the basic healthcare system, is free for everyone, and you can rest assured that if there is an actual emergency situation, then you will be treated with priority. Benefit number 2 of getting a Canadian PR is reduced tuition fee. So if you're someone who's planning to furthering your education in Canada, then being a Canadian PR will actually save you a lot of money. If you came to Canada as an international student just like me, then you would already know that international student tuition fee is way more than what Canadian residents or citizens have to pay for the exact same course. And once you become a Canadian permanent resident, then your tuition fee will be reduced to 1/3 of what you had to pay as an international student in Canada. For example, for my bachelor's degree, I had to pay about $30,000 per year for my tuition fee, but there were also Canadian PR holders in my class who only had to pay about $6,000 to $8,000 per year for the exact same course. And this is the reason why a lot of international students choose to do a 2-year diploma course or a certificate course in Canada, because for these courses, they only have to spend about $18,000 per year. And once they become a Canadian PR, they will go back to school and finish their degree, whether it's their bachelor's degree or a master's degree or even pursue a PhD. And this becomes a budget-friendly way because their overall tuition fee will be reduced significantly. And this is how they'll be able to obtain a degree in Canada without having to pay exorbitant amounts of tuition fee. So having a Canadian PR definitely opens a lot of new doors if you want to pursue your higher education in Canada, and you can easily go back to school and upskill yourself at a fraction of the cost. Benefit number 3 is that once you become a Canadian PR, you become eligible for different types of government jobs in Canada. Now, even though a lot of government jobs in Canada are already open to people on work permits, or some jobs are even open to study permit holders, however, there are certain types of jobs that are only open to citizens of Canada or Canadian PR holders. Now, this is because these restricted jobs require a higher security clearance that the government of Canada only provides to Canadian PR holders or citizens. So whether you're interested in public service, healthcare service, or any other sector, then this door is open for you and you can explore all the different types of opportunities just because now you have a Canadian PR. Also, if you want to know what are the different benefits of getting a government job in Canada, then I've recently created a reel on my Instagram page. So make sure to follow me on Instagram at Singla119 because I post a lot of informative content over there as well, and I'm sure that you will not be disappointed. So make sure to check it out. The link will be in the description box below. Benefit number 4, and this one is one of the biggest advantages of getting a Canadian PR, is that once you become a Canadian permanent resident, you'll be eligible to sponsor your parents or your grandparents to Canada on a PR or on a super visa. Now, this is a huge thing for most immigrants because once we move to Canada, we leave our families behind, we leave our old life behind, we move to this country and work hard for several years in order to build our dream life here. But once you become a Canadian PR, you can can easily bring your parents or your grandparents to Canada so that they can also live with you, and that will give you an opportunity to spend a lot more time with them, and you won't be forced to stay away from your family for extended periods of time. And once you're able to sponsor your parents or grandparents to Canada on a PR, then they will also enjoy the exact same benefits as you of becoming a Canadian PR. They'll be able to receive all the healthcare benefits and social security, etc. Now, while there are certain conditions that you need to meet in order to sponsor your family to Canada successfully, but once you are able to bring them to Canada on a super visa or on a Canadian PR sponsorship, then they'll be able to stay in Canada for extended periods of time, and you'll get an opportunity to spend a lot more time with them. Benefit number 5 of getting a Canadian PR, and this one is my personal favorite, and that is that once you become a Canadian PR, you'll enjoy a status in Canada that is very similar to Canadian citizens. This means that you don't have to worry about visa renewals, you'll get expedited entry at Canadian borders, and you will also get a visa-free entry to a bunch of different countries. And the best part is that your PR status in Canada can be extended indefinitely depending on certain conditions. So for example, if you spend 730 days in the last 5 years in Canada, then you'll be able to renew your Canadian PR status. And this gives you a lot of flexibility, because let's say if you plan to travel a lot, or if you plan to spend a lot of time outside of Canada, then you will still be able to retain your Canadian PR as long as you fulfill the minimum requirements. And finally, benefit number 6 is the ultimate dream of most PR holders, and that is obtaining a Canadian citizenship. Now, having a Canadian PR gives you the benefit of becoming eligible to getting a Canadian citizenship and then eventually getting your Canadian passport. Once you become a Canadian permanent resident, and after you've spent 3 years in the last 5 years in Canada as a permanent resident, then you'll be able to apply for your Canadian citizenship. And once your citizenship is granted, you'll be able to proudly obtain your Canadian passport, which will give you all the benefits and all the rights of a full-fledged Canadian citizen, including additional benefits such as voting rights in Canada and the ability to travel to most countries in the world visa-free. So there you have it. These were the most amazing benefits of getting a Canadian PR. A Canadian PR is your pathway to a secure and promising future in one of the most welcoming and diverse countries in the world. And whether or not you decide to live in Canada permanently, I would highly recommend you that if you do get a chance to obtain a Canadian PR, then you should definitely take it, because it definitely offers you a lot of flexibility and a lot of advantages that will not only be useful for you but also for your family. If you have any questions or if you want to share any thoughts, then please make sure to comment down below, because I would love to hear from you. And if you found this video to be useful, then please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos, because your support is extremely important for the growth of this channel. And if you share this video with your friends and family, then YouTube will show this video to a lot more number of people, which will help my channel in a big way. So please make sure to do that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.